for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. I saw a t-shirt on the internet that I want. It says, "The geek shall inherit Google Earth." Topical. I was looking at the website for this event tonight, and it says something very interesting. I quote, it says, "We shall be welcoming to the stage some of the North East's finest academics." I'm so sorry. You can think of me as the cloud to your silver lining, if you like. The next 8 minutes, or that's 480,000 milliseconds, are going to positively meander by. So I was a bit unsure about coming tonight. First of all, I tend to get a bit excitable, so when I get excitable I tend to spit, so you might want to... I was a bit unsure, wasn't sure I wanted to come, but my parole officer said it would be good for me. Something about spending time interacting with real people would help to prevent a reoccurrence of that previous unpleasantness. So I've got something to share tonight. It's a bit embarrassing, it's very personal, it's not something I share with many people at all. And I just want you to know I'm being very vulnerable right now. Okay? Here goes. Hi, my name's Paul, and I'm a computer scientist. Preach it, brother. It's not easy being a computer scientist. Is there anyone here with colleagues from work or friends? Anyone here with any work colleagues?
Yeah.
I'm not. I didn't want to invite them. I was afraid they might laugh at me. So, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy being a computer scientist. When I write books, I do write books. I mean, what else am I going to do with my time? It's not like I have a social life or anything. When I write computing books, I proudly give them to my family and friend. They don't read them. My friend Jeff, his job is way higher up on the food chain of cool and socially acceptable professions. He's an estate agent. My friend Jeff, even he just used my book to prop up a wobbly side table. Yeah. Computer science fact for you. Oh, I should say, the book's doing quite well actually. Sales are positively stratospheric. It's reached, at this point, literally into the dozens. And I'm working on a Kindle edition now so that a whole new and much larger audience can ignore it too. Watch out for that. Yeah, so it's not easy being a computer scientist. Even other computer scientists say what I do sounds dull. All the other cool computer scientists, they hang out in theoretical computer science. I hate them, they're so smug with their sexy new optimized stream searching algorithms. I work in a field known as computational perceptualization. Oh, when I grow up, I want to be a computer scientist working in computational perceptualization, studying the semiotic utility of multimodal representations. Said nobody. In this world, the less socially awkward among us do what's known as information visualization. This is the rock and roll of perceptualization, if you like. The info-viz people, they take data from wherever and they turn it into really cool graphics, infographics and charts and animations and tree maps and all that kind of thing. And you see them backing up articles in The Guardian, if anyone reads it anymore, and other glossy mags, and it wouldn't even look out of place in swanky modern art galleries. I, on the other hand, do sonification. Sonification is, instead of all these fancy graphics, we use sound. So if you imagine a graph, but instead of the blue and red lines, we have noises. So the low values might go dong, and the high values go bing. And it turns out it's been shown to be a really good medium for communicating and keeping track of data and other values that change in real time. The problem is, it often sounds very dull. I mean, monumentally dull. How can I compare it? Imagine paying to go for a night out and listening to a talk on computer science. Or worse still, going to an Andre Rieu concert. Dull and annoying. You see, the trouble is, these data, they don't really want to be sonified. they say, oh no, don't sonify us, we want to be in a tree map or a cool infographic. And I go, no, you're mine, I will sonify you. And it invariably ends up sounding really rubbish. A bit like, you know when you were at junior school and we had those shared music lessons where all the tone-deaf kids, they were given the recorders. The kids with attention deficit disorder, they got the glockenspiels, and the rhythmically challenged got the tambourines. And we all played, and it was everyone playing together, and it was this horrible, discordant, unmelodious, tuneless, arrhythmic, horrible cacophony. A bit like Eurovision, yeah? And that's the problem. A lot of sonification just sounds really rubbish. And it's a shame, because it has the promise to solve and to help us solve a lot of really important problems. For example, you know when you're hacking into your boss's computer to steal his credit card data so you can buy 6 of those new Xbox Ones, yeah? Or when you send out that email with a virus in that it infects loads of computers and people open it because it tells them that their credit card accounts have been compromised, and to reinstate them they need to type in their credit card account number and PIN and get that, and then that compromises their computer, and now you have control of this whole network, this whole army of zombie computers, and you take control of that network of zombie computers like you do, and you use them to flood your boss's computer over the network with all this data over and over and over again to cause it to crash so that you can't upload your annual performance review. Yeah. You've all done it, I know. So what happens then, when all this stuff's going on, there's an awful lot of data flying around the network. And some of this data is good, sending print jobs to the printer, and there's all this bad stuff. Now imagine there's some poor guy, and it will be a guy, because this is the sort of job that attracts men with high interest in Star Trek and very low interest in personal hygiene. Imagine this guy whose job it is to monitor the network and make sure everything's working and it's going tickety-boo, yeah? And nothing untoward is happening. Now, if all he had was visualizations, so he would have to spend the whole day staring at a screen, watching to see when something bad happened on the network, and that, of course, would stop him from doing other important sort of system maintenance tasks, like updating fake inner relationship status messages on Facebook, or phoning his credit card company to find out why someone's bought 4 Xboxes on his account. What this guy needs is some way of being able to monitor the network without having to look at screens all the time. And that's where sonification comes in. And the dream is to have sonification where this network administrator can sit in his office, and every time data is travelling around the network it makes a sound, but it's a lovely harmonious sound. And this is what I do. What I'm studying and working on at the moment is trying to find ways to make these sonifications nice and easy to listen to and pleasant and harmonious and not dull and not annoying, that are aesthetically good and that therefore have really high communication abilities to communicate important information to people who need it, and when something bad happens they can hear it, as your car engine tells you every time you pick the wrong gear, you hear it straight away. That's the dream. And on that note, I'm afraid you'll have to forgive me, but I've got to go. I've got an eBay auction ending in a few minutes, so I've got 10 Xboxes for sale. Thank you. I've been Paul Vickers.